So I don't know about you guys, but I did not get into the Honkai Star Rail beta despite putting in my application a few times, so I figured the best thing I could do is just try and crowdsource some information before the global release. I figured the best way we could do that is to just try and look up a tier list of somebody that actually played the beta. So here I went ahead and pulled up Rebecca Jones's guide on the Honkai Star Rail tier list. So who exactly are the best characters in Honkai Star Rail? Sure, the global release comes out in a few weeks, but we're still looking to get a strategic advantage here. First, we're going to talk about Bronya. Jessica leads by saying, continuing a time-honored Hoyoverse tradition, Bronya is a wind wielder who proves excellent in a support role. Bronya's ultimate is an AoE attack and crit rate buff to the entire party for 2 turns. Pretty good, but her rare and powerful second regular ability really shines, allowing her to remove a debuff from an ally while increasing their attack power and movement speed. So Bronya sounds like a pretty good character to start with. Jessica even rated her in S tier. Up next is Himiko, and she says you'll have the opportunity to trial Himiko early on as she temporarily joins your party during the Star Rail prologue. She's a fire-wielding AoE damage dealer, and her attacks are impressive both visually and in the amount of damage they can deal. Her ultimate is an AoE fire attack that hits every enemy within a wide range, so that's going to be another S tier on Jessica's list. And the last character in the S tier is Luocha. Is it Luocha or Luoka? I can't really tell. But anyways, she says healers are hard to come by in Star Rail right now, and while all 3 candidates have something going for them, Luocha is the best one currently on offer. His healing passive scales with his attack, meaning that he's able to provide good all-around combat support. He's also one of the only 2 current characters to wield the imaginary element, allowing him to fill a particularly tricky niche on your team. And that's pretty much going to dictate the meta for the early game. I assume that everybody's just going to build these S tiers early on, and then as we get farther in our progression, we could start to branch out and see some other characters. So the next characters on the list appear in order of descending rating, meaning it's like the A tiers, then the B tiers, C tiers, D tiers. But instead of putting a full review for every single character, Jessica here has just sort of wrapped up the meta of the tier list in general in a few paragraphs. So I'm just going to see what Jessica has to say and read these few paragraphs out loud, and then I'll go ahead and show you the rest of the tier list. As yet, the Honkai Star Rail meta hasn't really emerged in terms of path and element, but rarity is already an obvious factor in character performance. She says, while in Genshin you can build even the low tier characters up to godlike levels of power with patience and the right equipment, Star Rail's least impressive contenders aren't so flexible. There's a limit to how much this matters in a game with no PvP, and I never recommend plugging actual real-world cash into a gacha for this reason. Thank you, Jessica! Let's go, Jessica. I'm glad to see that opinion floating around, and it makes me feel like I'm less preachy about it, because in my 21 pro tips videos, I try to slide that in there in the number 1 that you shouldn't really be spending too much money on these games. So yeah, we're definitely going to be working on that reroll and trying to speedrun our progression. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and like this video so that whenever more videos come out, you'll be able to see them. And yeah, here's the rest of that tier list. Go ahead and pause if you need to analyze some of the names so that you could recognize them easier whenever it comes out. But knowing myself, I'm not even really going to reroll until I look at everyone's kits inside of the gallery, so I look forward to doing that. Thanks so much for watching, y'all. Other than that though, that's going to do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.